Hello, I'm Rachel Wade and I'm the founder and creator of Pura Vida Your Life. And I help people who are feeling stuck, lost, empty, and unfulfilled. So maybe you've lost your way and you need to rediscover your unique self. So, as a coach, I empower people to rediscover their uniqueness and achieve happiness and fulfillment in all their life, all areas of their life, and to live their greatest life yet. So, why not take your first step on your journey of empowerment today and start improving your life straight away? So, Happy New Year and welcome. This video is around reflect, recover, and reset. So, I'm going to talk about that in more detail in a moment and share 3 golden nuggets with you to help you improve your life straight away. And they are: drop the shame, fight the isolation, and be alert. So, COVID-19 has forced many of us to reevaluate what really matters to us, what really matters to us in our lives. It's also made us think about what we do, how we do it, and how we can still achieve what we want to. And that applies in our personal lives as well as in our careers and our businesses. So, the plans you have for your future and the dreams you might have nurtured are likely to have either gone away or been on hold. And you may now be wondering, well, is there any point to start planning anything for 2021? Well, I'm here to tell you that there is. So, as 2020 gives way to 2021, take a moment to pause and reflect. Things have changed, and they've changed so dramatically that we could all benefit from looking back at the past year. It's a real chance to look over what you've learned about yourself and what you really want from life. And it's a great chance and an opportunity to see what you've learned about yourself and what you've learned from life itself. It's also great to be able to evaluate your priorities and to think about your core values, what really matters to you in life. Not everything has been a disaster. I know it's been tough, but it really hasn't, for some, been a complete disaster. So it's worth considering what might have gone well over the past year. So I will help you to reflect on what's happened in the past year, and I will also offer you some help on how to recover from the setbacks and the struggles that you've most likely have faced. So these could include job losses, money problems, poor mental health. And perhaps most importantly, what this will do today is help you to have a chance to reset. So reflect, recover, and reset. This looks at where you are now, and that might not be a good place. It might not be a good place right now. But for what it can do is we can use this as a baseline, somewhere to move from. So reflect, recover, and reset. Well, it's been a rough year, and for individuals, for businesses, for whole industries, in fact. So whether you've been directly affected by COVID or you've suffered the knock-on effects of that, whether it be economic or social effects, you're likely to be in a very different state of mind from this time a year ago. This time a year ago, you were looking forward to a new year and all the things that you wanted to do in that year. But even in an uncertain COVID world, you can still find the joy and purpose in planning for a better future. And that's so very important right now when things really seem to be at their most bleak. I know a lot of people are struggling as we've turned into the year, hoping we would wake up on the 1st of January and it'd be a whole new world. But that's not the reality. But setting yourself goals that you really want to achieve and planning out how you want to reach them is energizing, it's empowering. And that's even true in the immediate future when it seems uncertain. So, even so, it's vital to acknowledge the things that are not great for you. It's really important to see that. You'll need to take stock of where you are and where you can realistically achieve from that position, taking into account everything that's going on around you. And this helps you look at the parts of your life that have likely taken a hit over the last year. So this could be your finances, job security, your sense of connection to other people, and your levels of stress and anxiety. So if you're ready to make 2021 a game changer year, then use these golden nuggets to move you from where you are and where you want to be. And now more than ever, you can benefit from looking to a future beyond COVID. You can allow yourself to start dreaming again. So, golden nugget number one, drop the shame. This is around organizing your finances. So, if you're struggling financially, it's imperative that you focus on this because your health and your work can suffer too as a result. And this can spiral into more trouble and threaten your future even more so. So, to help you deal with these issues, take control now. Set goals for your finances. These may have to be modest at the moment, particularly if you've lost some income, but they'll give you some structure to work to. And then again, having some structure makes you feel a sense of control. So organize your bank accounts that work for you so that you can keep on track of your money and tackle your debt before they become a problem. Prioritize and protect your essentials, such as your mortgage, rent, food. They're your basic needs, really. And then approach your creditors about the riskier steps first. And you may need to negotiate a payment holiday or a stage payment plan. I'm sure there's a lot of companies out there that are being quite sympathetic to the environment that we're all trying to work our lives through. So save whenever you can, even if it's at the only small amount, small change, building up in a jar can all add up. And this means you won't be taken by surprise by emergency expenses when they happen. And ask for help. Overcome the fear of shame that you may be feeling and get the support you need. There's many people like you that are struggling financially, and it's not their fault. It's not your fault. It's the circumstances, it's the environment. So just drop the fear and the shame. So here are my top tips. Create and manage a budget and follow these steps. Make a list of all your regular income. This includes your salary and any scheduled payments from other sources. But don't include possible or likely income that you can't guarantee, because if it doesn't materialize, you will have a shortfall in your budget. So check your statements. Do you know exactly what every payment is for? Is there something hidden in there that you didn't realize you were paying, some sort of membership or subscription? Now's the time to cancel it. And then list your essential expenses. So this includes payments for your mortgage, for your rent, water, fuel, phone, food, and insurances. And then list your non-essential outgoings, including everything that you can reasonably live without. And I know we've all had to live without our little extra frills because we haven't been able to go out and spend money in the cinema or theatre or restaurants. But I'm sure there's somewhere where you can still make a saving. And target your non-essential list first. Do you really need all of those channels on your TV package? And those credit card protection fees or take out coffees? Or could you safely walk or cycle instead of driving sometimes? And then now look at your essentials and use price comparison websites that can help you save money here. And if you're paying for actual use or estimated bills, that's another place to look. And consider switching your usual supermarket for a cheaper alternative, or cooking from scratch. That will save you so much more money. So number 2, fight the isolation. Dealing with loneliness. It's possible to feel isolated and lonely even when you're with other people. So it can be even worse when you're actually on your own. And since the onset of COVID-19, you likely have had to get used to new ways of working or new or different working environments. You may be working alone, and perhaps this might be the first time for you, so it feels really alien. You may not be able to see friends and family as easily as you once could. Well, in this situation, building high quality connections with others is so very important to your sense of well-being. And that's not easy if you're having to work remotely, of course, I get that. But if you reach out, you're likely to find other people who feel just the same as you do. We're all going through a lot of this stuff, and we don't realize somebody else out there is feeling just as we do. So, for a start, find your allies. This is so important at a time like this. Confiding in positive minded people can make a huge difference to how you feel, and they can help you gain a new perspective on your situation. Networks such as Facebook groups, LinkedIn, Instagram, they can all be valuable too. And these can help for encouragement and for information. But be sure to avoid the more toxic side of social media, which will just sap your morale and your motivation and your energy. So, when you have developed a system of support around you, you can get that help you need when you need it. You'll always have someone to turn to, someone to talk to, someone to help you and bring your thoughts back to reality, or to brainstorm solutions if you feel that you've hit a brick wall. And your support network can include a variety of people. So that could be your friends, family, current and former co-workers, managers, mentors, coaches, peer support groups, employee assistance programs through your employer. Do they provide those? Or many other charities out there that can help you. So you're not alone. It's easiest to build your network with your family and your friends, but try to include people at work as well. And these people can provide you with more specific assistance when your feelings of isolation are work related. So it's about having that broad range of people around you that would understand the individual situations that you find yourself in. So my top tip here is take some time right now to think about your support network. Write down the names of 4 people that you can turn to for support when you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed. And note down the basis of your relationship. Are they friends, family, your boss, colleagues, or someone else? And ideally, you'll have a variety of people who you can turn to. And then think about why you consider them an ally. Have they provided you with support in the past? Or do you provide mutual support to one another? And think about the history of your relationship with each other. And then consider whether it would be helpful or appropriate to make some of those relationships more reciprocal. And if so, how could you do this? Take some action there to nurture your relationships. And my golden nugget number 3 is be alert. And this comes down to stress, burnout, and anxiety. One of the most significant effects of COVID-19 pandemic has been on the number of people seeking help with their mental health. The virus itself is frightening, particularly if you're likely to be susceptible to it, or if you have loved ones who are. And there are other people who have impacted from other sources of anxiety, from job losses, financial worries, isolation from your friends, co-workers. And for many people, COVID has also taken away the sense of being in control of their lives. And stress is what you experience when you feel that you're not in control. And if you're still in work, you're likely maybe having to adapt to the way that you do things. And perhaps you're taking on a heavier workload if people are off on furlough or the company have made some reductions in the workforce. You may have had to develop new skills at short notice. And this can also lead to a sense of overwhelm. And in time, it can lead to burnout and a serious and damaging condition. So be alert. Be alert to the impacts of stress and look for any signs that you might be suffering from depression or anxiety. And these might be you're having difficulty concentrating, remembering details, excessive tiredness, difficulty sleeping, or over or under eating, shaking, sweating, or worrisome thoughts. So be kind to yourself. At times of stress, it's all too easy to feel that everything's your fault or that you should be doing better. Banish this kind of negative self-talk by celebrating your achievements. Use affirmations to think more positively and raise your mood. And look after yourself. It's important to look after your physical health by exercising and also by eating well and getting enough good quality sleep. Sleep is so very important. And if you're hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, it can affect your state of mind and make you more susceptible to stress. And practice relaxation, deep breathing. The breath is so very powerful. Muscular relaxation. These are all very useful techniques that you can use to relax your body and manage stress. And keep a stress diary. A stress diary is a detailed record of the times you feel stressed, what caused the stress, and how you reacted to it. It can also help you to understand the precise causes of stress and how to improve the way you manage it. So my top tip here is the stress diary. Make regular entries into your diary throughout the day or after a stressful incident and record this information. Record the date and the time, record the most recent stressful event that you experienced, how happy you feel now, using a subjective assessment. So on a scale, for instance, from 0 to 10, how happy you were, 0 being lowest, 10 being the happiest you've ever been, and also write down your current mood and how effectively you're working. So that again can be on a scale of 0 to 10, with 10 being the most effective. And the fundamental cause of your stress, and be as honest and objective as you can. And the symptoms you felt. This could include anger, headache, raised pulse rate, sweaty palms, nausea, so on. Whatever it is to you, note those symptoms down. And how well you handled the event. Did your reaction help to solve the problem, or did it make things worse? And look at different stresses that you experienced during that time, and that time that you kept that diary. Highlight the most frequent stresses and the ones that were most unpleasant for you. Look at your assessments of the underlying causes. That's really important. Look for the causes and your appraisal of how well you handled stressful events. This will tell you a lot more about you. So do highlight these issues and can they be fixed? And if so, list those out. And look through your diary at the situations that caused you stress. List ways in which you can change these situations for the better, which is the most important thing, for better for you. And look at how you felt when you were under pressure and explore how it affected your happiness and effectiveness. Was there a middle level of pressure at which you were at your happiest and performed best? So this is really taking a good deep dive and an assessment into that. And it will help you then find out the root causes and also work out some of the solutions. So let's summarize those golden nuggets again. Number 1, drop the shame. Number 2, fight the isolation. And number 3, be alert. So work with a coach. Sometimes we can get really stuck on dealing with our past or current situations that are holding us back. And when this happens, no matter how hard we try, we might not ever be able to move forward and to get to where we really want to go in life. And in these instances, working with a coach can really help you. A coach can ask you the right questions to help you figure out what you really want in life, what's getting in your way, and how to overcome those. They can help you change your thinking so that you can change your life. Coaching can be helpful whether you have just one issue or you have your several issues. You may just need a few sessions or maybe on a more regular ongoing basis. It's all dependent on your needs. And sometimes asking for help can be the most hopeful and powerful step you can take to live a happier, healthier, and fulfilled life. So if you have found this useful, please share with anyone you know who would also benefit to help them along their journey in life. And thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you again for next week's Pura Vida Your Life happenings for insight, inspiration, and more golden nuggets to help you live a happier, healthier, and fulfilled life. And I invite you to come on in a journey of empowerment with me. Sign up to discoveries from my website to start taking steps to improve your life. Or why not become a Pura Vida Your Life member to discover an even wider range of inspiring resources and tools. So that's it for this week. So thank you once again for joining me. Wishing you a beautiful and wonderful rest of your evening and rest of the week. So remember, Pura Vida Your Life, it all starts with you.